Hello, and welcome back to Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. My name is Maybe Dennis, and last time we continued with the trial by questioning the High Speaker to get more information about Sybil's death. It seems like after we found out that she was essentially suffocated using her own spell, she used like stone skin to make it so that she had protection, and then the cold person was cast on her, and she was suffocating after essentially being drowned. But we figured that out. We figured how all the people died. We were just questioning who the patron is, and after going through the list of people that could have been, we decided to suspend the trial and have another day of investigation, where we questioned all the relevant people, and at the end, we were trying to find the Eye Taker, and we had to go to Tymura's office because she's the only person who would know where he is at this point, just to find out that he's dead. We already knew that, but Tyrion just found out. But not only did he find that out, he also found out that Tymura doesn't know who Eris is, and after making the connections, we found out that Eris is the Empress of Discord, who has essentially control over everyone else's memories, soul, and whatnot. And now she voluntarily gave herself up to go to trial because she doesn't want to miss all the fun. And now we're going to continue trial day 2. I don't know how far I'll go. I'm going to try to play to the end. If it's super long and I get really tired, I don't know if I can do it, but we'll see. Anyways, let's head in. Are we gonna start right in the middle? Oh, okay, yeah, we're heading straight into it.
Hello there, your lordship. I think this is the first time we've met. You're a lot smaller than I expected.
Who
is this woman? Why have they brought us civilians before the Scaled Lord?
People of the court, thank you for your patience. Until now, we've known this woman as Eris Illmatter. And ever since the massacre, we've been trying to determine who orchestrated this. We only knew that Arya Steelwind signed a blood contract with a demon called the Empress of Discord. We still knew very little about this demon. We had no idea who they were or what they even looked like. But now we know the truth. The people of Wyverngard nobility, the woman on the witness stand, isn't a civilian. She is a demon known as the Empress of Discord. I have no idea how, but her form is that of a human. Using this disguise, she entered the Grand Cathedral posing as Beatrice Frega's guide. She then aided the patron by using Beatrice Frega to help Arya Steelwind massacre members of the nobility.
Objection!
Why are we continuing with this? She already admitted to taking part in the massacre. Let's force her to tell us who the patron is and be done with this.
Hahaha, how typical. The Grand General thinks that he can solve all his problems with violence. But let me ask you this. Why are you assuming that the patron is a human?
What?
In Arya's contracts, it said that the patron is an individual who gives the contract to her. How do you know that I'm not that individual? I go by many names. The Empress of Discord is only one of them.
Ha! If what you're saying is true, that makes this a simple matter. We simply need to execute you for the crimes against the kingdom.
Haven't you forgotten what my underling said during Frega's trial? As a demon, I can never truly die. If you destroy my body, I'll simply reform in the abyssal hells. I wonder what might happen to your daughter if you were to draw my ire. You're prosecuting her and playing the villain, but I know the truth. You secretly care about her, don't you?
What nonsense are you spouting?
When you thought she had mage blight, you had to prosecute her. You held on to the little hope that you can convict her and convince her to take a plea deal. As a king's wife, her position might have been salvageable. And you did this also so that she could be with her beloved Aster.
What?
But then it was revealed that she signed a blood contract with me. That changed everything. Mage blight is one thing, but a demon owning her soul? She can't well be a queen like this now, can she? You had to find out who the patron was before her trial ended, didn't you, Lucio? Otherwise, your beloved daughter would never be free. And you did all this just because you feel bad for what you did to her.
Everything I've done is for the good of House Steelwind.
Haha, is that what you were doing? Because the way I see it, you abandoned her for her entire childhood. You felt so guilty about killing her mother that you couldn't bear to face her.
No!
Eris, stop this. And you know what that did to her? You didn't just take away her mother, You took away her father, too. You starved her of any affection. She couldn't help but latch onto the first person that showed her any kind of superficial kindness.
Eris!
She didn't fall in love with Aster. She became obsessed with him. She stopped being her own person, and she clings to him like a parasite. She changed everything about herself to suit his likes and desires. And you know deep down in your heart, you know that if he is ever taken away from her, she will fall apart.
Ugh.
Since I pity you so much, I'll let you on in a little secret. Killing me won't save your daughter, and you don't have the means to confine me. And even if you know who I am, your daughter will never be safe from my influence.
What?
But I suppose there's one possible way to break my contract.
What? What is it?
My contract will bind Arya Steelwind to the patron so long as they both live. If you truly want to free your daughter from my control, all you have to do is kill her. Do the poor thing a favor and put her out of my misery. Put her out of her misery.
You little wretch! I will hunt you until the end of... Enough. Lucio, we cannot antagonize her if we want to find out how this happened. Ugh. Is she right? Is Arya's fate truly doomed? There has to be something you can do. I just don't understand, Eris. Why are you doing this? You're not a noble. You're probably not even a citizen of Wyverngard. Why would you go through the trouble of doing any of this?
Tyrion, why are you here?
What?
Why do you constantly risk your life for the sake of others? Why do you try to seek justice in a clearly unjust world?
I don't know, actually.
I think you do know. The answer is simple. You do it because it satisfies you. You save people. You fight the system. You just love indulging in your own heroics, don't you? That's not... It feels good, doesn't it, Tyrion? You know that you're the only righteous person in this unjust society. When you succeed, you're hailed as a hero. And if you fail, it's society's fault, not yours. No matter what happens, you can take solace in the knowledge that you're so much better than everyone else. That superiority you feel over them must be intoxicating. Your divine blood makes it so. You just can't resist giving into it. But as your divine blood compels you to do good, my hellish blood compels me to do the opposite. I just can't help but take every opportunity to make you all suffer. My entire purpose is to see each and every one of your faces contort in agony and despair. Humanity is a stain on the world. They're worthless parasites who steal, maim, and kill to get what they want. That's all they are, and I despise those who try to pretend they're anything different.
You're wrong, Eris. Humanity is so much more than you realize. And I truly pity you if that's all you see in us.
Oh, so now it's us. That actually reminds me. There's something I hate even more than humanity. I despise the Celestials of the upper planes who go against the natural order. They condemn and admonish beings like me, all while watching humanity suffer from their secluded little heaven. They realized that humanity would never willingly choose good over evil. So they created the Heavensborn to tip the balance in their favor. It's so self-indulgent that it makes me want to puke.
Oh, that's what the Heavensborn are?
It is, and I've made quite the hobby of breaking them and sending them back to their creators. I throw them into the deepest pit of despair before extinguishing their lives. There's no greater joy in my internal life. And it took a lot of work to get you right where I need you, Tyrion.
Wait, are you saying...
You asked me why I did this, didn't you? My actions that day were all for you, my dearest Tyrion. All so that I could see the despair on your face when you realize the truth. Tyrion!
No.
Objection!
That's enough out of you, you witch. Lucio? Cuthbert, you promised me that we would save my daughter together. I'm sorry, You said those words to me with such conviction. Yet here you stand, quivering like a grunt in his first battle. Are a few meager doubts enough to force a retreat from you? Is that all it takes to defeat the infamous Tyrion Cuthbert? He's probably desperate at this point. If Eris is the patron, there's very little hope for Arya. Unlike Beatrice, her blood contract was short and concise. There's very little room for interpretation, so you probably can't dispute it either. But what kind of attorney would you be? No, what kind of friend would you be if you didn't see this through? Eris, we didn't call you here today to wax poetic with you. The people you've harmed have a right to know what you did that day. So either you give us your testimony, or get out.
Even now, you're still undeterred. I really do love that about you. But I do wonder how long that will last.
Witness testimony. It's true. Oh my god, this is fast.
I was the one who masterminded this. I knew about the king's funeral at the Grand Cathedral, so I forced Beatrice Frege to allow me to accompany her. When I was there, I used my contracts with Beatrice Frege and Arya Steelwind to compel them to act against their will. And through the actions of Beatrice Frege and Arya Steelwind, I facilitated the death of Lloyd von Sanctus, Coraline Sybil, and Garrick Pierce. The only motivation for my action that day was to harm Tyrion Cuthbert's friends and to make him suffer. And before you ask, aside from my thralls, I was acting alone that day. I didn't follow direct or indirect orders from anyone.
Your testimony is pretty thorough.
Of course, I am a demon after all. Since I'm unable to lie, I thought it would be best to be as detailed as possible. That way, there's no room for doubt. Isn't it wonderful, Tyrion?
Ugh! She's definitely playing with you. She may not have technically lied, but she's definitely not acting in good faith. You should probably look at her testimony more closely. Roll elimination.
It's true, I was the mastermind.
So you completely carried out this plan yourself?
Well, I clearly had the help of Beatrice Frege and Arya Steelwind, so I wasn't truly acting alone.
You know what I meant.
Yes, I just can't help myself sometimes. To state things plainly, no human willingly helped me with my plan that day.
You know that she can't lie, but she's probably had a lot of practice deceiving people. You should keep your wits about you.
I knew about the king's funeral.
How did you find out about it? It was supposed to be a closely guarded secret.
Oh, Tyrion, I can't tell you all of my secrets now, can I?
You can't exactly threaten to charge her with perjury. It's a surprise that she's even testifying in the first place. Until you can extract all the information she has, you'll have to play along with her games.
When I was there, I used my contracts with Beatrice Frege and Arya Steelwind to compel them to act against their will.
Here it doesn't say that she was the patron. I mean, so she's not telling a lie. What a terrifying ability.
Thank you for noticing.
That wasn't a compliment. I find it all quite sickening how you demons prey on people.
Prey? People know what they're signing up for when they sign a contract with a demon. You can hardly blame me for collecting what was freely offered.
Please, we both know that Arya didn't knowingly or willingly sign that contract.
Aren't you just assuming that?
What?
How do you know that she didn't knowingly sign a contract with me?
My client would never willingly sign a contract with you, Eris.
Really? What if I were to threaten her dearest fiancé? You may see Arya as a paragon of justice, but everyone has their breaking point.
If that's true, tell us under what circumstances Arya signed the contract. You knew it. She's just trying to get inside your head. Arya would never sign a contract like that, even if it were to protect Aster. Through the actions of Beatrice Oh, wait, actually, did that update? No, it didn't.
Through the actions of Beatrice Frege and Arya Steelwind,
I killed everyone. Why are you using their full names?
You know I can't lie, so I thought I'd give you something. For example, I could have easily referred to another Steelwind or another Frege that enthralled. That list is very long, you know.
Ignore her, Lucio. She's trying to get under your skin. Anyways, aside from Pierce, Von Sanctus and Sybil were key members of the Wyvern Guard nobility. What reason could you possibly have to kill 3 of them?
I didn't.
What?
I didn't have a reason to kill them. I just happened to facilitate their deaths.
No, but you specifically went after them.
I did, but I didn't have any particular reason to do so.
But that doesn't make any sense.
I suppose it doesn't. Anyways, would you like for me to add that to my testimony?
What?
It would help you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. She's got to be the most unpredictable witness you've cross-examined.
I didn't have a reason to kill them specifically. I just needed Arya to kill my victims as quickly and efficiently as possible.
That doesn't sound right. Huh. I'm gonna press that. You already established that Pierce was killed due to his knowledge of Celeste's parentage. How could you possibly have no motivation to see them dead?
Aren't you just assuming that?
I'm not. That's the only conclusion.
And that's where you've made your mistake. You're assuming that I act logically.
Ugh. You're a bit out of your element right now. Every murder you've investigated has followed some kind of logic that you could use to make deductions. But Eris is a different beast entirely, literally. For all you know, she could be completely insane. You might very well be seeing connections that aren't there.
My only motivation for my actions that day was to harm Tyrion Cuthbert's friends and to make him suffer.
This might be the statement. I feel like we're gonna present. Actually, I'll save this for later. But I'm thinking that this might be the statement.
Is something wrong, Tyrion? I went to all this trouble to get your attention. The least you can do is appreciate it.
Objection!
Enough! Stay on subject, witness. I'm not complaining about this, but if you really want to make me suffer... Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Why wouldn't you just go after the people close to me?
Oh, but what would be the fun in that? Killing people is such an easy task to accomplish. Even a child can do it. There are much more effective ways to make someone suffer.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna present Celeste and or Timora's profile here, but she just kind of answered it. Though I feel like it's still a contradiction. I might just still try that.
And before you ask, aside from my thralls, I was acting alone that day. I didn't follow direct orders or indirect orders from anyone.
Why do you find the need to specify that?
To leave less room for doubt. Beatrice used an indirect order to feign innocence in your previous trial, didn't she?
What, did you work together with anyone to facilitate the massacre?
Oh, of course I did. I worked together with Beatrice Freyga and Arya Steelwind.
Ugh, you know what I meant, Eris.
My apologies. I just can't help myself sometimes. I'll say it clearly so you can be certain. I do not have a contract with anyone that wanted to facilitate any of those murders. I was acting of my own free will.
Even when she says it directly, you can't help but doubt everything she says. You'll just need to examine her testimony carefully. She technically can't lie, but she's clearly hidden something in her testimony. Instead of examining the wording of her statement, focus on what she's trying to imply with each statement. You might be able to find a contradiction there. I still want to try presenting Timora or McCoy here. Celeste.
Objection!
Nope. Eris, it's clear that your testimony is contradictory.
Sorry, but that wasn't the correct answer. Did you notice how the music didn't stop?
Damn it, she's right. She's right, the music didn't stop. What if I just mute the game? Mute! What? You're a little lost about what she's saying, but she is right. That wasn't the contradiction you were looking for. Man, I've actually been struggling with this one. I'm kind of lost. It could be like any of these three statements.
Objection!
Alright, I got one. Okay. Yeah, I thought it might have been like the time needed, but I presented Garrick Pierce's stuff. I thought it was kind of weird because you didn't really need to go to kill Garrick Pierce, because by doing that, she went through Celeste and wasted 20 minutes, I think. Eris, you said that you needed Arya to kill them as quickly and efficiently as possible. But that's not exactly what happened, did it?
Yes, it appears I underestimated your little bodyguard. Things lasted a lot longer than I anticipated.
That's not what I was referring to. Oh, is it the route?
Oh?
You said that you needed Arya to kill them as efficiently as possible. But that doesn't really match with what happened to Garrick Pierce, does it?
Is that so?
Oh, it's because she used Beatrice and just kind of put him to sleep instead of killing him.
Is that so?
That look on her face. Why does she look so happy? Eris, unlike the murders of Von Sanctus and Sybil, Pierce was murdered with a blade frozen with magic. It's such an extremely convoluted way to kill someone that it only makes sense if you're trying to hide the evidence. But that clearly wasn't your intent.
I agree. So why would I do that?
For the love of God, woman, can you stop speaking in riddles?
I have no love for any gods aside from myself.
She's behaving differently than she was during her testimony. She's being vague. Is she still hiding something? Okay, stop getting baited by her words and take a moment to think about this logically. She's very good at misdirecting you and playing with everyone's emotions. So stick to the facts that you know for certain. In her testimony, she said the following.
I didn't really have a reason to kill them specifically. I just needed Arya to kill my victims as quickly and efficiently as possible.
She could have been trying to mislead you. Which phrase did Eris use to mislead you? No, considering who she is, she was definitely trying to mislead you. I didn't have a reason to kill them specifically. I just needed Arya to kill my victims as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Try this one. For all you know, she could have a very specific reason to kill them, but she said multiple times that she didn't have a reason. Out of all the parts in that statement, that seems the most direct. Perhaps one of her other phrases might be something you can use. To kill them specifically? She used the word specifically. Could that change the meaning of the entire phrase? She didn't have a reason to kill the 3 specific victims, but she might have a reason to kill in general. That seems like a stretch though. She did say all of this was for you. Did she set all of this up so that you would have a mystery to solve? It's too difficult to read her demented mindset. Perhaps one of her other phrases could be something. I just needed Arya to kill me. Maybe it's this, as quickly and as efficiently. Damn it! She needed Arya to do the murders quickly and efficiently. But because of Celeste's ability to fight Arya, that didn't end up happening. That's hardly something that's intentional on her end. She admitted multiple times that she underestimated Celeste. This means that she was truly caught off guard by her. Perhaps one of her other phrases can be used. Okay, it might be Arya because she had both Arya and Beatrice. Damn it! She said that she needed Arya to kill the victims. But that phrase doesn't necessarily mean that she required Arya to do this. Although, you still don't know how the circumstances. You don't know the circumstances that she signed the contract under. So perhaps Arya was the only powerful mage she could trick or coerce into giving up control. Either way, that doesn't really mislead you. Perhaps one of her other phrases has something to... Alright, I failed 4 times. Now it's a 50-50. As possible? Damn it! The phrase as possible changes how that sentence reads. Because she fought Celeste, Arya couldn't kill Pierce quickly and efficiently. Actually, the previous contradiction you pointed out implies that Arya didn't kill Pierce quickly and efficiently at all. Maybe one of the other... Okay, it's to kill my victims. She said her victims instead of the victims. It's a small distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. Oh! Were they already under a No, that doesn't make sense, no. And you recall Marinath using a similar trick during Beatrice's trial, which can only mean the victims of this case aren't the same as her victims. Eris, which of the people in this case were your victims?
Oh, well, considering what happened, you could say that everyone at the cathedral that day was my victim.
Yes, but who was killed directly by Beatrice Frege or Arya Steelwind? I knew it. You're hiding something, aren't you?
If that's what you think, it's definitely possible.
Again with the vague answers. Why would she even agree to testify in the first place? There's nothing any of you can threaten her with, and nothing you can do to permanently harm her. She could have easily gone into hiding. She never had to come here. Which means she wanted to come here, but why? Just tell me, Eris, who killed Lloyd von Sanctus?
Arya Steelwind.
Who killed Coraline Sybil?
Arya Steelwind.
And who killed Garrick Pierce? Why are you staying silent? Out with the demon! Who killed Garrick Pierce?
I refuse to answer.
She's doing this on purpose. In her own obnoxious way. She's trying to guide you to the truth. But for what purpose? Who killed Garrick Pierce? If she's refusing to answer the question, this means that the answer is different from her previous answers. I think it might be an unknown. I feel like it's gonna suggest. I really hope it's not, but I think there might be suggesting Celeste. An unknown person killed Garrick Pierce. That must mean, Eris, you're not the patron described in Arya's contract, are you?
Who knows? I never confirmed or denied that.
Are you serious? I grow sick of her games, demon. You knew it. The murders were too politically motivated to have been completely random. You can unequivocally prove that the patron's identity by issuing a divine edict. but because of the risk of getting it wrong, that just leaves you right where you started. Who was the patron, Eris? Who was responsible for all of this? You want me to find out the truth, so why are you staying silent?
Because it will be so much better when you discover it yourself.
Oh! That means you already have the evidence you need to do so.
You've felt it, haven't you? Ever since the investigation started, you've had a nagging feeling in the back of your mind, haven't you?
What? How did you...
It's right in front of you, Tyrion. You're just refusing to see it. You're refusing to see who I made a contract with that day.
You made a contract with the patron on that day?
Even with the eye of a god, you're still blinded by your human sentimentality. So think it through carefully. Who killed Garrick Pierce that day?
Oh no. Okay, think this through. Let everything else disappear from the world, and only think of the facts. If Eris wasn't the patron, that means someone else was controlling Arya's actions. But they still coordinated with Eris, who had control of Beatrice. In an extremely unroundabout way, Eris admitted that Arya was used to kill Von Sanctus and Sybil. When the patrons killed those two, they were able to effectively counter every magical defense they brought up. What do we already know about the patron through the first two murders? They knew Von Sanctus still needed oxygen in his forced cage. They knew that Sybil could still drown if she was frozen by a hulled creature and affected by stone skin. I'm gonna say the patron is experienced in using lethal magic. They're well versed in using magic lethally. So, whoever did this had an in-depth knowledge of high-level magic. Not only that, they came up with creative ways to bypass the defenses put up by Von Sanctus and Sybil. Yes, and they had the ability to react quickly and decisively. But the things changed when they murdered Pierce. Eris implies that neither Arya nor Beatrice killed Pierce. So did the patron kill him personally? But why? They already had control of Arya. I'd imagine that the entire point of enthralling her would be to hide their involvement. Did they become impatient because Celeste was holding her ground against Arya? No, Beatrice was already able to slip past them. That's how she was able to knock you and Pierce out with a sleep spell at 2:30 p.m. Why didn't Eris use Beatrice to kill Pierce? That is the question I'm wondering as well. If the patron was coordinating with Eris, she could have easily had Beatrice kill Pierce. The murderer wanted to kill Pierce personally? Yeah! They wanted to kill Pierce personally. Does that mean that Pierce's murder was more emotionally driven than the other two? That might explain why the method used to murder him was so contrived. Apparently, it's right there. So what aren't you seeing? Whoever did this, they murdered Von Sanctus and Sybil, and those two were house leaders of the Four Pillars. In a way, they both represent corrupt parts of our kingdom's government. Von Sanctus essentially got away with murdering Justin Way, and Sybil clearly had an apathetic approach to remedying the corruption within the justice system. The biggest clue you have is the one that Eris indirectly gave you.
My actions that day were all for you, my dearest Tyrion. Also that I can see the despair on your face when you realize the truth.
Oh no. She has a contract with Celeste. And she got Celeste to kill Pierce. The truth. She wants you to discover it. At first, you thought she was trying to make you feel guilty for what happened. But if that were true, she wouldn't still be here. So there's something else that she wants you to realize, because it will throw you into despair somehow. Let's review everything you deduce about whoever she made a contract with. Through the way they controlled Arya, they're creative and skilled at using magic. They must have been constantly exposed to the creative use of magic. Not to mention, they somehow personally handed a blood contract to Arya and had her sign it. Going by what you know, Arya was either threatened or tricked into signing that blood contract. So whoever did this must have had the strength to threaten her, or they were deeply trusted by her. In addition to that, they must have been close to the prayer room when the attack happened. And lastly, they must have had an emotional grudge against Garrick Pierce. No! Who did Eris make a blood contract with on the day of the murder? It's definitely McCoy. What? No, that's not... It's the most logical conclusion with what you know thus far. Who did Eris make a blood contract with on the day of the murder? It's gonna be... No! It can't be. That's not... Eris wants to make you suffer, but you can't run away from this. You owe it to Arya. No, you owe it to everyone within Wyvern Guard to see this through. You need to follow through. no matter how painful it is. Who did Eris make a blood contract with on the day of the murder? Stop it! It has to be someone else. She would never... Can you think of anyone else? Who else could have Eris have chosen? Who else could she have chosen that would make you feel like this? Who did Eris make a blood contract with on the day of the murder? Damn it! Damn it! Ah! Your scream of anguish echoes throughout the ruins. Everyone's caught off guard and stares at you in confusion. What? What is it? Is everything okay, Mr. Cuthbert?
Tyrion, are you...
You can feel your eyes well up as you look at her. One look at your expression tells her everything she needs to know.
There it is. You've realized it, haven't you? I've been waiting for this moment for so long.
What are you talking about? I demand an explanation. Mr. Cuthbert, what have you discovered?
Tell them, Tyrion. Tell them who did this. Issue your divine edict right now.
You want to be wrong. You've never wanted anything more in your entire life. Nothing would make you happier than to have the edict fail, even if it were to cost you your life. But you know the truth. Eris Ilmater, Empress of Discord.
Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane.
By the Eye of Horus, I issue upon you a divine edict. Release thy guards and manifest your blood contract with...
Say it. Say her name so that everyone can hear it.
Release thy guard and manifest your blood contract with... Celeste McCoy. Ah, okay. Celeste's blood contract. With the apparent death of Tyrion Cuthbert, the Empress of Discord shall revive him, contingent upon the eternal servitude of Celeste McCoy. Henceforth, Celeste's soul shall be eternally bound to the abyssal hells. As a part of her servitude, Celeste McCoy shall engage in actions deemed necessary to secure the compliance and cooperation of Arya Steelwind in the Empress's endeavors. And lastly, it is stipulated that Celeste McCoy, of her own volition and agency, shall bring about the demise of Garrick Pierce by her own hand. Afterwards, Tyrion Cuthbert's consciousness will be restored. So what happened that day was that we did die. When we were knocked out with Garrick Pierce, we were dead. And as a final effort to bring us back, Celeste made a blood contract. That is very believable. Yeah. I died?
Tyrion, I'm sorry,
What the hell is going on? Demon, what is the meaning of this?
It's exactly what it looks like. The patron you've been looking for has been right in front of you the entire time.
Miss McCoy, did you sign a blood contract with the Empress of Discord?
I did. It was the only thing that would save Tyrion.
What?
I never fought Arya. I fought Beatrice and Eris. They broke past me and ran into the prayer room. But the person they killed wasn't Pierce. It was you. Tyrion, you...
She can't even bring herself to say it.
Do you realize it now, Tyrion?
Stop it.
Celeste McCoy is the most important person in your life. She was the last person that hadn't betrayed you. And she signed away her soul to me, all so that she could save you.
Oh my god. Oh, wait, huh? Wait, that doesn't really make sense, though, because a lot of the patron stuff happened before this. Like, Arya was mind-controlled, or had her soul given to the Empress of Discord before this entire thing even happened, which is why she, was like that in the first place. But, if Celeste became the patron, like, then and there, or got the blood contract then and there, then she wasn't exactly the patron then, right? I'm confused. I'm gonna keep going.
Why the somber look, Lucio? Weren't you going to execute the patron the moment you knew who they were?
McCoy, Does this mean what I think it means?
Yes. I'm the one who tricked Arya into signing that blood contract.
What? How could you?
I was so stupid. When I made the deal with her, I didn't expect her to...
She used that contract to make you act against your will. So it wasn't just Miss Steelwind and Miss Frege who were controlled that day. Ugh.
You realize it, don't you, Lucio? As long as the contract with the patron exists, your daughter will always be vulnerable under my influence. You can't kill me, so there's only one solution to free your daughter.
I must execute Celeste McCoy. What? Understand one thing, Mr. Cuthbert. After what you've done for my daughter, I have nothing but the utmost respect for you. But I will do whatever is necessary to protect her. Lucio, we can't act rashly.
I'll let you in on one little demonic secret. It doesn't matter if you can find her within a prison. The patron will be able to take control of Arya, no matter where she is. But if you kill her, Arya will finally be free from my control. Do it.
What? What are you saying?
I should have done this from the beginning. When I realized what happened, I should have just come forward and admit what I did. But I kept holding on to the hope that it was all some kind of trick.
Wait, so when did we die? I'm kind of confused because... Okay, so Celeste said that she was hiding something from us before we met up with Garrick Pierce. I need to review her thing again. Thing is, like, it says, shall engage in actions deemed necessary to secure the compliance and cooperation of Arya Steelwind in the Empress's endeavors. But this would have taken place, like, at 2 o'clock when Arya, you know, we kind of just left the marriage meeting, right? But that means by the time we did this, we hadn't died yet, or let's see, we didn't think so. Maybe we died at an earlier time. I'm really confused.
But I kept holding on to the hope that it was all some kind of trick. I prayed and prayed for the patron to be someone else. Tyrion, I was hoping you'd find something that would prove all of this wasn't my fault.
You finally found the culprit you've been looking for, and it absolutely breaks your heart. That nagging feeling you've been experiencing is because you subconsciously refuse to believe that she would betray you like this. Actually, it still hasn't gone away. That uneasiness, it's still there. Are you still in denial? No, this is different. I suppose there's no reason to continue with this. What? I sympathize with your position, Cuthbert, but even McCoy recognizes what must be done. It's over, and I will not allow this demon to control my daughter any longer. You can't just... King's God, restrain him! Wait! Lucio!
That's enough!
Oh, she's back. It's been so long.
What kind of court is this?
To everyone's surprise, Arya leaped from the platform above and landed right onto the witness stand. She just squashes Eris like... She forcibly pushes Eris out of the way. Something catches even her off guard.
Arya? I'm so sorry, Celeste, you are innocent until proven guilty. I won't let anyone pass judgment on you until that is unequivocally proven. But Arya, I did this.
Arya, what are you doing?
How dare you, father?
What?
How could you possibly think that you have the right to decide who lives and who dies? If you were actually a prosecutor, I would file for your immediate disbarment. And you, Mr. Cuthbert, how can you just stand there?
Me?
You're Celeste's attorney. Isn't it your job to defend her until her last breath?
I didn't see the truth because I didn't want to believe it. I almost let it slip away because of my own personal feelings. I almost put you at risk. As much as it pains me to do so, I need to approach this objectively.
Tyrion,
to hell with that! What?
Justice may be blind, but it's not heartless. I see it in her eyes whenever she's with you, Tyrion. You mean the world to her. She consigned her very soul to hell to protect you. If you abandon her when she needs you the most, I will never forgive you. Tyrion,
Celeste, can you testify about what happened?
What? But...
Arya's right. We need you to do this properly. I agree. I will not pass judgment until we have determined exactly what happened. It's obvious he wants to be done with this as soon as possible. But even if he controls the King's Guard, the rest of the room is clear against him. Fine. do as you wish. But the moment we're certain of the truth, I will do what is necessary. Very well. Miss McCoy, please take the stand. Well, that goes my Aster theory out the window. Alright. Celeste.
Tyrion,
Can you testify about what you did that day?
Yeah.
Witness testimony.
The truth is...
Okay. We already got some rewrites before this even started.
The truth is that Eris rewrote your memories, Tyrion. You were actually knocked out at 1:45 p.m. We went to the prayer room a lot earlier for a meeting, and that commotion that we actually heard was actually Beatrice and Eris attacking the guards at 1:40 p.m. They tricked me and slipped into the prayer room, and Beatrice, she killed you. I didn't know what to do. That's when Eris told me that she would resurrect you in exchange for killing Pierce. I know I shouldn't have done it, but I just wanted you back. I didn't care about what happened to me. I didn't realize that she'd use my eternal servitude to take control of my body. She used me to trick Arya into signing another blood contract. After that, I followed through with my end of the deal. I killed Pierce so that she would bring Tyrion back.
That nagging feeling is still there. There's something off about her testimony. Well, on with it then. Begin your cross-examination, Cuthbert. Gladly. Oh man, I feel so bad for her.
The truth is that Eris rewrote your memories, Tyrion. You were actually knocked out at 1:45 p.m.
She rewrote my memories?
I didn't realize it until after you woke up and gave your statement to the Inquisition. She must have changed your memories when she resurrected you.
Eris has the power to take control of people against her will, and she clearly has the power to bring people back from the dead. But if that's true, you can't trust your own memories. You can't trust your own memories, okay.
We went to the prayer room a lot earlier for a meeting.
Right. I suppose you didn't have control of Arya until then. Does that mean that you never even fought her?
I'm sorry for lying, but I had to create an alibi.
Celeste! The Inquisition arrested her because of your testimony. The testimony of Prince Alarecht and the High Speaker also implicated her. Miss Steelwind also already knew that she was compromised due to finding the purple mark in her pocket. I'm sure that things would have ended the same, regardless of her testimony. What did Freyga and that demon do when you found them, McCoy?
They tricked me and slipped into the prayer room, and Beatrice, she killed you.
How did they trick you so easily?
When I went to see what was going on, I only saw Eris and Beatrice standing over the guards' dead bodies. They acted like someone else had killed them. Then they lied to me and said that they wanted to go to the prayer room for protection. That's when Beatrice,
How did Beatrice kill me?
She hit you with some kind of necromancy spell, but didn't visibly wound you. When I checked your body, it was already cold. Your heart was stopped. I think she used necrotic blight.
So that's why Lord Asclepius said that I had traces of necromancy on me. She must have lied about trying to heal you as well. What did you do after I died?
I didn't know what to do. That's when Eris told me that she would resurrect you in exchange for killing Pierce.
I'm sure that was her goal from the beginning. She wanted you to make a deal with her, also that she could make me suffer.
Tyrion, I'm so...
Stop it. Just don't.
I don't know what... I know I shouldn't have done it. I just wanted you back. I didn't care what happened to me.
How could you possibly think that was okay?
I knew it was wrong, but I just couldn't... I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do.
There's no sense in admonishing her now, Mr. Cuthbert. There will be plenty of time for that later.
I didn't realize she'd use my eternal servitude to take control of my body.
Right, that part was written in a slightly misleading way. She must have thought that the Empress would whisk her away to serve her in hell. But instead, she took control of her immediately after. You should have known better than to trust a demon. Anyways, how did you trick Arya into signing that blood contract?
Yeah, I didn't have the full contract of my actions, control of my actions, but I remember what happened. She probably wanted me to watch what she was using me to do. I'm so sorry. I told Arya that Pierce was demanding a plea deal in exchange for telling me who my parents were. Eris made Beatrice put an illusion over the contract to make it look like the request for an appeal. And since Pierce was convicted for killing my father, she respected my wishes.
Wait. Something about what she said sounded fundamentally wrong.
After that, I followed through with my end of the deal. I killed Pierce so that she would bring Tyrion back.
That's not...
How could you think that I'd ever want that, Celeste? I knew you wouldn't want this, but it just wasn't fair. Why should a person like him get to live with instead of you? It was an easy choice. That goes against everything I stand for. I know. I don't care if you hate me after this. But even now, I would still make the same choice. I don't hate...
Perhaps we should stay focused on what happened for now. She's clearly sincere. She wouldn't intentionally lie about something like this. So why do you feel like something she says doesn't match up with the evidence you have? You need to examine her statements more closely. There's one part where he, like, said something weird. Huh, I can't find it. I thought it was gonna be the thing about, illusion magic on the contract. It might be the letter from Garrett Pierce. Something's weird about it. We still don't know why it was torn in the middle.
Objection!
Nope. Okay, Celeste, your testimony contradicts the evidence and disproves it.
I'm sorry, but I don't really see how that proves anything.
Oh, I suppose you're right. Your conflicting emotions must be throwing you off. Oh, it's probably the marriage meeting because the times don't add up.
Objection!
Never mind. Maybe it's the autopsy report because the time doesn't match.
Objection!
Nope. Maybe it's the first part where the time changed, but we saw Beatrice's actions.
Objection!
No. Wait, here she says she used me to trick Arya into signing another blood contract. So that means Arya had already signed one. Man, I'm really stuck on this one. Oh man. Is it gonna be the invisibility spell over the contract? I'm really... Eris made Beatrice put an illusion over the contract to make it look like a request for an appeal. And then that something about that sounds fundamentally wrong. I think the thing might be the fact that she doesn't have, like, illusion. She has illusory disguise.
Objection!
Damn it. Oh, Arceus' testimony. It might be that, because he's unrelated to, like, all this mind stuff. But he still went and saw the guards, knights guarding the prayer room.
Objection!
Nah, that doesn't seem to be it. Oh, maybe it's this one with the marriage meeting.
Objection!
Damn it!
Objection!
Oh, finally. Okay, so it was the fact that Beatrice and Eris were attacking the people at 145, but Beatrice and Eris had a alibi from up until 2 o'clock. I don't know why I struggled with that so much. Whew, okay. I was so concentrated on the contract stuff that I kind of forgot about Beatrice and Eris's alibi. Celeste, according to you, we heard a commotion at 1:40 p.m. and you went out to investigate. That's when you saw Eris and Beatrice.
Yeah, I lied about my fight against Arya. I never even fought her.
If that's true, how do you explain this discrepancy? You can't trust your own memories, but Leaf should not have been affected. The thing is, Celeste, something about your timeline doesn't match with the evidence.
Really? But I was pretty sure of the time. We were supposed to be at the meeting at 1:45 p.m.
Wait, what did you just say?
Our meeting with Pierce was scheduled for 1:45, right?
What's wrong, Mr. Cuthbert? Celeste, there's something fundamentally wrong about your testimony.
What? But I swear I'm not lying.
Your timeline of what happened is completely off. A lot of your testimony doesn't match with what we've learned thus far. Firstly, it's about the exact time you saw Eris and Beatrice. According to you, you saw them at 1:40 p.m. But Leaf, Miriam, and Asclepius didn't lose track of them until 2 p.m.
Wait, what? When did they say that?
What are you talking about? You were there with me when we spoke to them.
I know. I was paying really close attention. I need to see how close you were to finding me out. So why can't I remember?
She can't remember? Cuthbert, judging by what happened to you, Eris Illmatter clearly doesn't need a contract to affect people's memories. It's possible that she changed the memories of Leaf Frega and her entourage. It's not just that, Lucio. There's something else that Celeste is clearly remembering differently that contradicts a physical piece of evidence. What physical piece of evidence contradicts Celeste's memories? It's this notice! Whoops, where is... does it say 2 p.m. here? We'll try. Yeah, Celeste, the letter from Garrett Pierce told us to meet him in the prayer room at 2 p.m. I don't see the 2 p.m. though. Oh yeah, it does, okay.
What?
Eris may have changed my memories, but changing a physical piece of evidence is a different thing entirely. We don't know the full extent of her capabilities. Can we really rule that out? You're unconscious. Ill matter had plenty of time to access your body and your belongings. At this point, anything is possible, and Eris is far too unpredictable to say for sure. But if Lucio's right, Eris could have gone around doing whatever she wanted. She could have wiped the memories of every witness who saw the crime, and she could have manipulated the crime scene however she wished. But if she had done so, there would have been logical inconsistencies. Until Celeste was revealed as a patron, every piece of evidence you found or deduced has been logically consistent. The contradictions in what Celeste is saying could be explained by Eris changing several elements of the crime. What explains Celeste's contradicting memories of what happened? But there's a far simpler explanation. I think Celeste has been, okay, wait. Eris Illmatter changed the memories of Celeste McCoy. Celeste, Eris currently has your eternal servitude. If she can manipulate my memories, what's to say that she's not manipulating your memories right now?
I guess that's possible. But why would she even bother doing that?
She wouldn't need to do that unless she had something to hide. Are you serious? What more is there left for her to hide? Whatever it is, it's important enough to make a drastic change to Celeste's memories. Wait, if that's true, that means Celeste's true memories will tell us exactly what we need to know.
But even if you're right, I can't remember what really happened. She has full control of my mind.
That doesn't matter. It's just like every cross-examination we've ever done. If you keep testifying, she'll keep changing your memories to tell more lies. So that's what the King Crimson thing in the beginning was. You changed her memories so that the entire testimony was a lie, not just the first statement. If we keep pointing them out, we'll eventually arrive at the truth.
Huh.
Whoa, her eyes are fogged? Oh, she's being controlled right now. Oh.
It's really obnoxious how resilient you are.
What?
Why can't you just all give up already?
Eris, is that you?
What are you? Unfortunately, your little interrogation ends here.
Kingsguard, what are you doing? Destroy Illmatter's body.
Too late, Lucio. I win.
Celeste? Damn it.
Eris, what did you do to her? I put her to sleep, just as I did with Beatrice.
You? Why would you do such a thing, Illmatter?
What do you mean? I did it for the same reason I do anything. What would make Tyrion suffer more than pushing his love in eternal sleep?
If you wanted that, you would have just done that from the beginning. You're hiding something, I know it. Damn it, we can't extract information from her like this. The only person who can tell us what we need to know is Celeste.
Well, good luck getting anything out of her like this.
Ever since you discovered the truth about what she did, one possibility has been floating around your mind. But is it even possible? No, it doesn't matter if it's possible. Eris Illmatter.
What is it?
What would happen if I nullified Celeste's blood contract?
Assuming there's anything to even dispute, everything granted by the contract will be reversed. And I don't think you fully understand what that means.
Lucio, what is it? Kill me. Your men know where Ruby Timura's law office is, right? Oh, okay, I thought he was gonna break the contract by having him KO. They do. Where are you going with this? You'll need an attorney to cross-examine Celeste's testimony. She owes me, and she'll be able to finish this on my behalf. Oh, it is happening.
Wait.
And tell her, I'm sorry I couldn't keep my promise.
You're not serious, are you? I'm one of the eldest evils that's ever lived. I would never create a faulty contract.
Eris Illmatter, Empress of Discord.
Wait. You know I can't speak lies, correct?
By the Eye of Horus, I demand the opportunity to dispute Celeste McCoy's blood contract.
I'll state it plainly then. There will be no room for doubt. Celeste McCoy's contract was written without flaw.
I don't care.
What?
Celeste sacrificed her life to save mine. So, how could I ever face her again if I don't do the same for her?
You're insane! You're just risking death for nothing!
Why are you so nervous? Maybe this is pointless, but I will never stop fighting for her.
Stop this!
I can't help myself. I'm only human after all. Once you pass this point, you will not be able to save your game for a while. It is recommended that you make a save file now. Ah. Oh man, I don't know if I want to continue or not. This seems like it's the end-to-end game. This might be the end of an episode, I'm not sure, but I spent a lot of time on that last contradiction because I could not get it. So this might be the end of the episode, but I'm going to continue playing. But yeah, let's head into it.